Next up on our little European adventure is Lucerne, Switzerland. And oh my gosh, I love Switzerland because all the cities are so different from each other. And Lucerne, oh, I love Lucerne. Now, I don't know if it was because it was a really nice day out or it is a very touristy city, but there was a lot of people, a lot more than like Bern and Geneva and Zurich, at least I thought. But for good reason. The art on the buildings is incredible. I loved it so much. It's so colorful and the cool bridges are cool with the little water and all that. And Switzerland has been so cold for me, so it was so nice just to wander around without freezing and shivering. Speaking of wandering around, I found a hill, and if you know me, I go up hills to find good views. So I went up this little hill, and then I found this little passageway, which led to an incredible view, as you can see, with the whole city and the mountains in the background. Oh, it looks so good. But that's not all. I found this little path, so I followed it, of course, and at the end, there was these big, giant clock towers, and you can go up in them. And so obviously, yeah, I went up inside the cool looking giant clock towers, and there's these sketchy stairs that I thought for sure I was gonna break, but I didn't. There wasn't really much inside them, but they gave some great views, although the windows were super dirty, so it wasn't that great, but the views were great. You could walk along the wall to the different towers, so that's what I did. And I wish I read more about what this was here for and the history of it, and I guess I could look it up now, but you know, I'm kind of lazy, so sorry. But anyways, all along the walk there was just gorgeous views of the city, and I couldn't get enough of it. I walked all along the wall until I reached the other side, and then I went down and realized it only lets you out on one side of the wall and not the wall the side that I needed to be on. So I went back up and I walked back, and the main tower, I was the biggest tower, and I wondered if the views were going to be even better, but I was kind of tired and didn't want to go up, but I didn't care. I decided to go up anyways, and I'm glad I did because this actually had a clock inside of it, so it was a bit cooler than the rest. I actually did think that the view was cooler than the other one that I saw, so that was worth it. That was a plus, except for there was one lady hogging the window, and she just was taking a bunch of pictures, which, like, yeah, I get it, me too, but she was there for a while. So after I had my fun in the towers, I went back down to the old town and I walked around that some more. Walked around the river, went through the little bridge thing. That was pretty cool. It was really cute. The water is so blue. I love it. And the green is so green. I don't know how to explain it. So you're just gonna have to, you know, if you get me, you get me. Yeah, I don't think anything exciting happened. I walked around, I went and got some food at the grocery store, and then I ate it, and I ate it with the ducks and the swans, and I got some chocolate. The chocolate's so good, but you already know that. Even if you haven't had it, you already know that. It's Swiss chocolate. I decided to take a boat ride because it was included with my pass, so I waited an hour with the swans. The swans were so cool. They like came up real close. I didn't feed them though, don't worry. I don't know if I'm allowed to feed them actually. But anyways, back to what was I saying? Oh, the boat ride. Yes, because it was included with the pass, I decided to take a boat ride, and I waited an hour until the boat was ready and it was like scheduled, only to find out that that boat ride wasn't included with my pass and it was actually a different boat ride. So I had to wait another like 40 minutes until that boat ride was ready, and then I finally got on my boat ride. Here's the swans I was talking about, and yeah, they just swam right up to me. They're so chill. I think swans are now my favorite animal. I actually don't think, I know. Anyways, here's the boat that I tried to board, and I waited an hour to board, only to figure out that I couldn't board. And then here's the boat that I did board. Because I had to wait a while more for this one, I got a good seat, and there was very limited seats on board, and I got right on the edge, right on the corner, and I sat by this nice couple, and we didn't really talk, but at the end, they took a picture of me, and I took a picture of them, and it was all sweet. Alright, let me just fangirl about how beautiful this boat ride was, and then I'll let you just enjoy it. But oh my gosh. Guys, the blue water with the blue mountains and the blue sky, it was just so aesthetic. And then the closer you get, the mountain just becomes more and more green, and then it's just the green with the blue, and oh my gosh, I loved it. I got a little chilly, but that's all right because it was super windy, but I loved it. And if you think that's enough for one day, well, no, because we got a whole other place we're going to, but it's only a 20-minute bus ride. But I was really debating on whether I not go here, but I knew I really wanted to see it, so I still went, and oh boy, was that a good idea. I would have so regretted if I didn't go, because this place, you'll see, you're in for a treat. So yeah, it was a 20-minute bus ride and then another like 20-minute walk, but it was fine because most of the walk was absolutely gorgeous, and I loved it. And I love being back in nature because I've been to a lot of cities, but oh my gosh, do you see that? It's a palace, it's a castle, it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it's a fairy tale. Not only was it the most gorgeous place I've been to yet, but there was no people there. There's just a couple people wandering around, and you already know I just loved that because people, whatever. You also know I had to see every single inch of this place. I had to see everything, every little thing, and so I went around it. I went up and down, I went everywhere you could walk, and I'm so glad I did because there's just so much that can be hidden, and well, I want to find it. There was also this really cool hedge maze, but there was a gate, so I didn't know if I was allowed in or not, and I didn't want to disrespect anything because it looks like it's privately owned and they just have it open for the public, so I didn't want to mess with that. Now it's on a bit of a hill, so you already know I'm going up the hill, and I found a duck on the way there. There's just a duck walking around in this beautiful place. I swear I was in a fairy tale looking down at the castle with the lake behind it and the mountains behind that, and it was so green everywhere and then blue. I was so glad it was sunny today, so glad, because it just made this place even more magical. I walked around so many times. I walked around the gardens. It was just so, I saw everything. There was a path going up the hill and there was a path going down the hill, so I had to decide, and I picked down first.
Oh, hi there. Hi there, little boy.
And first thing I see is a little cow, but then I'm just walking through the woods and I miss nature. I missed it so much.
What is my life? That was so cool, so cool. A castle, a freaking castle. Shut up right now.
Anyways, I walked this trail all the way down, and oh my gosh, do you guys see how clear, crystal clear this water is? It's gorgeous. I want to swim. I regretted not bringing my swimsuit so freaking bad. Even though it was cold, I would have so swam. One of the trails ended with this Jesus statue and then a beautiful view of the lake. I couldn't get over how beautiful everything was. Oh my gosh, I was in shock. I was just freaking out. I was fangirling over this beauty. Anyways, and the next trail led to this little beach area, which is where I wanted to swim, and I should have just got in, honestly. No, that would have been a bad idea. But still, it was just this beautiful beach area. There's 2 other people there, but otherwise it was pretty much empty. And the next trail ended with these 2 little cute houses perched on the lake, and they looked so pretty and aesthetic sitting there. And there was another little beach at this place. I didn't go on it because there's these people chilling there and I didn't want to bug them. Also didn't want to interact with them. So I walked back, saw the cows again, saw the castle again, wandered around the castle because I cannot get enough of this freaking castle. Oh my god. And you know how I said that there was just a couple people there before? Well, now that it was empty, there was no one around, absolutely no one, so I did a little bit of photo shoots. I'm at the castle and there's actually no one here right now. Like, I'm just having a little photo shoot all by myself. Shut up. Look at Now it's time to explore the path going up the hill, so that's what I did. The walk down was through the woods, but the walk up is just on a grassy hill with beautiful views of the mountains and the lake and all the greenery, and oh. I don't think anyone's around me and I have to get going soon, but I don't want to. This place is absolutely gorgeous. I'm really debating coming back here later on because it's absolutely so pretty. Spoiler alert, I did end up coming back and bring my friend to see it. But anyways, the views on top of this hill were insane. They were so Switzerland. I walked to the very end where there was just this little gazebo, so I chilled out in the gazebo for a hot sec, but it was kind of blocking my view, so I turned around and I found a bench to sit at because I needed to soak in this view. And I had some leftover chocolate, so I just ate Swiss chocolate while looking at these Swiss mountains. Like, come on, be so honest. Can life get better than this? Unfortunately, I could not spend the rest of my life here, so I had to get back, but then I got a beautiful view of the castle up in the grassy hills, so I thought that was really cool, and I just sat there for a bit. I also really had to pee, like I was peeing myself, but luckily there was a bathroom near the bus station, so I just walked there. So I took a bus back to Lucerne, and then I took a train back to Zurich because I'm staying in Zurich with my host family, and I didn't know the address to the place that we were staying, so I texted him asking what it was, and while I waited, I just sat along the river with a bunch of other people. Everyone was just chilling there, and there was so many swans. People were feeding them, so just a herd of swans were just all over, and the ducks, and it was actually really cool. I just sat there watching these majestic creatures, and my host was not answering, so I sat there for a while, but it was perfect because I got to watch the sunset, and I don't think I really watched any of the sunsets because I'm beat by the end of the day, and so that was kind of nice. Guys, this swan is chasing this poor duck. But anyways, I sat here till the sun went down and it was fully dark out, and then he finally texted back, and so I headed back and ate. But tomorrow we're going to St. Gallen, so get ready.